All right, I'm trying to get a quick little 10-minute video up. It's 9 o'clock. It's September 15th. A lot of people are asking me because on Fridays, you guys know I don't do the 6:30 club. Just Monday through Thursdays at 6:30. I usually do it on time. Still trying to figure out a little technology issues. I can't interact. Usually I'd be able to say hello to my dogs around the world. We should get this fixed next week, though. But at this point, I hope everyone's feeling well. It hasn't been the easiest week, considering that I think everyone out there has been talking about how it's a seasonally weak time. We have to break lower. But meanwhile, the S&P cash, the SPYs, and the Qs all resolved their ranges to the upside. And yet some really good action in a lot of the key names that we've been trading very actively. So hopefully you're having a good week somewhat. My name is Scott Redler. I am the Chief Strategic Officer at T3Live.com. We're also doing an open house for the Alpha team. It's definitely somewhere in this Twitter. If you want to take a look, there's a link. You can spend the whole week, with 500 or more really talented traders from around the world that all contribute, all want everyone to do well, and doesn't cost you anything except for a little time and a little interaction. But anyway, here's a chart of the S&P cash. This is, if you look here, for those of you who are technically savvy, we were getting really tight, if you remember, between the low from August 18th to the high of September 1st. Pulled in, a little red dog reversal, got real tight, and then what did we do yesterday? We broke above 44.79, even had some power to take out 44.90 to hit 45.11. So at this point, we'll see, do we work our way back towards this area to fill the gap? I know next week everyone's saying, well, next week's a trap, everyone's going to get crushed. You can't trade that way. You got to trade what you see and how you see it. And there are definitely some haves and have-nots. Some things acting better than others, so it's always keeping you on your toes. But all in all, you can't be too upset. There were definitely a lot of good things to do. Real quickly, here's the SPYs. For those who trade the SPYs, got above 447.71, cleared 448.50 to see 451. This morning, the SPYs are off a little bit. See if they hold here and continue. Can't get too bearish if the SPYs hold 447. Same way you can't get too bearish. Sometimes I just want to simplify it in tech. If we hold above this moving forward, and be even better to hold above this 375.84. So with that being said, let's go over some stuff. So first of all, let's just talk about ARM real quick, because that's what the world's talking about. 24 hours ago, yesterday, I went over the art of trading the first day of an IPO and how to make cash flow. Yes, we are active traders. We like to make cash flow. Can there be money made once it's already open, or did the investment bankers price it wrong, and did all the piggies out there, want to make too much money, not leave any left over for those who trade in the regular market, like most of us. So anyway, you look at the chart of ARM, just to give you a little education, which I did post some prior IPOs because I've been trading IPOs for 20 plus years. Some are great, and some don't give you a way to breathe. If you look here. Real quickly, this is just a quick little lesson. It's like day trading IPOs 101. If you remember yesterday, it opened up, did a quick little opening print around 56.10, hit 55.40. Hey, maybe I'll even go on a 5-minute chart here. Let's see. This was the high. This was it says 58. It was really 57. And then what happened? It gave you like a 10-minute situation where it was hanging, traded above 58. Let me go to 3 minutes because I know I wrote down some. Oh, here it is. So this was trade one. It opened right around here, came in. Once it cleared this spot, you had 57, from 57 to 62. Look how fast that was. Okay, that was a great trade. I took it, and then I actually went home. I had a, shower. I went in my Peloton. I went in my ice barrel. By the time I came back, then I had to do Fox Business with my friend Liz Clayman. And then from there, I got back involved somewhere around 3:15 after this consolidation of all the flippers getting out. Then it took out 62, right? Once you get above and stay above a level, there was nothing to the left, and it went as high as 66. So I did take some home long, and I am an early bird. I got before 45 when I say rise and shine or rise and grind. So I was able to sell 75% of it above 69. And right now, ARM is trading right here at around 65.30. So see what happens here if it gets above it during the day or not. I'm going to be less active here. There's all these articles now talking about the valuation, how it's trading at 170 PE. PE 170. What else? And they're saying that the revenue's been declining. So that's going to matter at some point, but it's about supply and demand. That really goes against the system of Wall Street. Like, this thing was private way too long. By the time these things come public, the valuations are already too high. The revenues are already decelerating, so it's always hard to justify the PE and price to sales. But that's the way it works. Maybe one day, it'll get a little better. But either which way, it was a great trade. What else traded methodically this week? You know what? I like when Tesla trades methodically. I'm going to give you another, trading 101. So let's go to Tesla. It's also up this morning. I'm also long, and I've been long all week. Why was Tesla great to me this week? Because it gave you lots of different types of trades. So if you go here to the chart of Tesla, which I'll post, okay, I went over kind of like the day-to-day, because that's what we do. We trade day-to-day. Obviously we try and sometimes trade week-to-week, and I also have 7 accounts where I don't trade day-to-day. I put monthly flows into an S&P fund, in my 401k. I'm 50 when I'm 60-something. It'll be worth a lot of money. Same way I put money to a 529 for Chase. Everyone should start a 529 for their kids. Yes, when they're born. I waited till my son was 5, unfortunately, so I'm playing some catch-up. But anyway, and then the Blood in the Street account, which we also put to work. But actively, remember on Monday, Morgan Stanley came out with the big $400 price target. Big gap up. We bought it. I bought it. That I wasn't long coming in because this was choppy. This day didn't tell you to be long, in my opinion. But I was able to buy it pretty early, stay with it. Then it gave you what we call a red to green trade, and it also pushed above Monday's high to give you 278. So there was a bunch of money to be made on that push to get smaller. I use a tier system. A tier system is very important. And then we had an inside day, and then yesterday it poked its head above. Nice bull flag. Can it fill this gap in the next week or two? I think so. Can it get above 299? It does seem like it's going to be on that path. Amazon and Google made 2023 highs this week. A lot of us were long both of them. I do think this is trending in the right direction. And so far made a lot of cash. So I'm definitely going to try and stay with it. Tesla's up $2 this morning already. I've trimmed some because I always trim some to net money when a gap is in my favor. That's what I do. And now we'll see, does it get above 278.39? And then we'll be testing this 280.90 area to partially fill this gap. But this was a great trading vehicle this week. This week was very choppy. This week was hard. It was a lot more misdirection. This week traded more if you trade with my style, where you buy a strong stock, the next day it opens down, you could buy more, then you could sell someone that does a push, so you could buy a dip, and it was great all week. Then some people asked me to go over MSOS again. I went over this earlier this week in a Spaces with my friend DP Prince, who's an expert in the sector, as well as I talked about it with, I think, Fox Business. Hey, hello, Red Dog. You actually could get in there? Someone responded. Good morning. Anyway, MSOS, my target here was this 1050 to 14 area. What a nice move. On this day, I came out and said this is real. The hammers in this sector are telling me, this was a great ruling. Besides the Safe Banking Act that they're going to vote now on September 25th. How did I come up with this area? Also, you look at the weekly chart. Weekly chart showed you that last time it looked like they wouldn't get safe banking, went to 14. So why can't it get there this time? But anyway, it's like the boy who cried wolf there. I'm long some Tilray. Besides a bunch of other things, I think that at some point could work its way towards 450. It held this area and has a lot going for it with the Bud brands and this and that, and we'll see. But anyway, I'm also long Apple, a different trade. So Tesla, has been acting very well. Okay, Apple has been in a corrective phase. Yesterday, though, it did a red dog reversal, so I bought it. And this morning, Apple is up $1.45. Nice active trade. I don't think it's not leading right now, but when it's not under pressure, it's good, right? Where did Apple hold? It held where it had to, right? So this is when it broke momentum. This was your gap and go to the downside. Here's the China news. Yesterday, did a red dog reversal, reclaimed 173.98. That's why I bought it into support. I love to buy high and sell higher, but sometimes I like to buy a dip too. So I've already trimmed some where could it go? Probably into this 8-day moving average or this area where it's going to have to prove it can get above a first kiss. That's probably where it's more of a sell than a buy. Anyway, it's 9:10. I really want to work on being able to interact with you guys. Once again, I think on YouTube it's live and better than Twitter. Next week I have an open house. You can spend the entire day with me. Not that I'm that interesting, but we do have some fun. We'll have a happy hour. There should be some decent action, and you'll figure out whether or not you want to spend the fourth quarter, because typically the fourth quarter is my best quarter. So if you're going to be in the alpha team for any quarter, we'll probably have a week where we you see it live, and then Trader Council will work something out for you for 3 months. And if you're not having a great year, or in 2020 you didn't make 4 or 5x what you made, maybe you need to start using some more resources. Maybe you need a community that could help you, and that's what I do believe my community is. And I'm not the smartest. I do work hard, though. What do they say? Well, it's not like sports. You can't. For preparation, the way you work, your discipline, that could beat talent. So I'm not saying I'm not talented, but as a trader, you get intuition for 23 years. But really, it's my preparation, getting up early, getting my mind right, having a process and a routine that I like, because I've been doing it every day. So this way you can handle the ups and downs of the market, because there are plenty of them. And the one that stays the longest and stays sane are the ones that could be here and make a career out of it, versus, chasing the carrot to the next hot career, and, which is not the way, you want to live your life, chasing the carrot. So P.S., thanks again. I'm going to post a few more charts. It's 9/11. Oh, 9/11. Every time I see that 9/11, it reminds me of, a very bad day, which we can never forget. And we did honor that this week. Later, guys.